Well, so I wanted to ask you about infrastructure. You know, as a fellow engineer, I'm really concerned about our country's roads and our water distribution
Sure.
systems and our power systems and what we're going to do in the future, because they're all coming up on a certain age where they're going to be failing, and we need to really invest in them.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I'm a software engineer, so my infrastructure is bits and bytes. But my dad was a civil engineer, and flood control and dams and water supplies was his bailiwick. When you look back at history, after World War II, we invested so heavily in our infrastructure. Right? We built the interstate highway system that facilitated commerce across the whole country. We invested in our water supplies. During the Depression, we invested in rural electrification. All of this helped the economy and the nation grow. And we've let that infrastructure, as you say, fall into disrepair. It's simply a matter of having the discipline to start making those investments again, as well as new investments. We look at the emptying of rural America. One of the keys to keeping people in place in rural America is providing the economic opportunity they need. So 50% of the counties in this district do not have high-speed internet, for instance, right? So the jobs of the 21st century all require high-speed connectivity. We've got to make those investments in those areas to allow people to have a good economic future in those areas and keep them rooted in those rural areas. So it really is a matter of having the discipline, the political will to make the investments in these areas, the investments that we have to need. And yes, there are going to be trade-offs that have to be made, but it's a prioritization question. How do we spend the dollars that we have? And we should be investing in these areas because, as you say, they are going to fall into disrepair. They're falling into disrepair soon. We have one of the candidates mentioned today, for instance, Milam County. There's 100-year-old water pipes in the ground there still. And who knows what those water pipes are carrying, right? So for public health, for economic growth, we need to invest in our infrastructure.
Thank you.
All right.